All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm here to paint, do some more sketchy sketch as promised. I have switched back to just regular OBS instead of Streamlabs, and so far it seems like it's working way better. So I'm thrilled about that. I did have a sound issue last session that I got to work, but it did work, and so I'm glad about that, which is nice. So this has been a trial and error, and I appreciate everybody joining. If you happen to, or I'm going to post this up later, and so we're going to get back to drawing. This was just a quick one I did for the quick live test, and I was thrilled that this actually worked because I tell you, I was getting really tired of things not just going the way they should have been on this. So that said, I'm just going to go ahead and share this now to Facebook because how would you say? We're going to do a little continue drawing. I'll tell you, I had some issues with this, and it was kind of a pain in the butt for sure. And I really had a lot of issues with this software getting off the ground, but everything looks good. I've actually figured out my chat in here as well. So let's go ahead and post this up. So share this out. I'm going to just share it to, I'm just going to share this to, I'm just going to post this up to Facebook and hang out and paint with me. There we go. And we'll go ahead and post. There we go. Man, it seems so much smoother. So I hope everybody's doing well today. We're going to be going over this. I'll go ahead and do a little time-lapse replay. So this was like a little sketch, and I'll be doing some more of those in future sessions. But I wanted to kind of just share some of my drawing process with you guys and have some fun. So that's really all I'm looking to do today is have some fun. And so just get this. I'm just double checking to make sure that this stream is going good. I don't see any issues. And we're just going to have to throw caution to the wind and hope that everything works good. So let's begin, shall we? So I'll go ahead. There's the time lapse. Let's start drawing. So I'm going to continue what I had before with this one. And this is a lot of fun. And I'm going to add some details, and I think I'm going to adjust this earring is, now that I'm looking at it, so a little bit too out there. It needs to go back in. So wait, it's gonna just get destroyed. I've only got one layer, so let's begin to destroy this. And last night I actually had my first digital painting class, and it was a lot of fun. Kind of got to see where everybody was coming from and what they were looking to get out of the class. And it's always, how'd you say, intimidating when, I know for me, when I started taking classes, like, I'm not sure if, if this is gonna learn everything or we're gonna remember everything. But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed. I had some people that I knew before that I used to teach from back in the day at my previous El Jabo, and we'll just leave it at that. And so it was awesome to see them again and touch base. And I've got a couple other people who are teachers, which is great. So excited to see what, they can take from my class. But I'm also wanting to do the streaming here just because I love sharing and I like the idea of people being able to see my art. I love doing the demos here. So this is fun. I do this because I enjoy it very much so. So let's go ahead and push this back. Now, I'm just going to create it in a new layer for right now, just so that we can go through here. After I do this, I think what I'll do is I'll do a time lapse and see if I'll see if anybody wants to me to play a time lapse back of what was there before. And if they do, then great. Then that's what I'll do there. Is I'll do a time lapse. But if there's nobody watching, then that's okay too. I'll push that back because the earring was just it was just too much. That nope, not quite. But the nice thing about it is if I don't get this right, I can move it. I can move it a little bit. And what I mean move is I'll just go over here to this arrow, use my finger. Whoops, no, I didn't. I thought I touched that. There we go. And then I can move this and I can rotate it a little bit. I can stretch it out. Yeah, so I can change the angle and then pull it out there. I can do freeform. Yeah, like that. So some fun things that you can do with this. And people might poo-poo it, but hey, look, John Singer Sargent had this. He definitely would have used it for sure. I don't have any doubts about that. I don't, not in the least. So I know some people have poo-pooed, digital art, but it's fun. So let's see here. I think that's much better. I want to put a little bit of a highlight, but I think I'm going to destroy just a little bit more. And one of the things that I've done here is you can see where, I guess you can't really see it too much, but my thumb is tapping on the side over here. There's my thumb right there. And I put a shortcut, so as soon as I put my thumb down there, it switches over to the smudge tool, which is great. And I try not to do too many shortcuts because when I'm teaching, I have to go to other iPads. And if you get used to your shortcuts, then you go on another iPad, they're not there. You feel a little lost. I like to kind of keep things in the standard mode there. Okay. Let's zoom out and see. Yeah, I like that ear. I like that much better. Feels like the earrings are fitting there better. So, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and try and get this to pop a little bit more too. So I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna merge down. I try not to have too many layers. It just gets too. I know some people enjoy layers. I at this point I don't, because what happens is that for me I get which layer was I on, and then I end up spending more time on naming layers. And I would say that if you were working in a professional, like with a company, obviously that makes sense. But it's just me, so I don't have to worry so much about handing this file off to somebody else and then having them to figure it out. So yeah. My brush is here. And I'll just throw a little quick shout out that, hey, if you like my brushes, you can download them from my website for a small nominal fee of, I think it's $5. And so it's not a lot. It isn't going to break your piggy bank, and you might enjoy it. You may not, but hey, it's only $5, and I spent way more time creating them. So, I keep forgetting about this feature here. There you go. I need to go ahead and put a little bit of the, I want to go through and put a little bit of the under the eyelash a little bit, but I try not to do it so much that it's so heavy-handed. This is something I don't like, is when people go and they draw every single eyelash. It's like, no, why would you do that? It's just, you know, there's no need to. There's no need to draw every single eyelash. Just insinuate, you know, give the suggestion that there's an eyelashes there. I mean, I guess you could if you really wanted to be like, photo realist, but I'm not really into that. So, yeah, doesn't flip my boat. But I did get to share with my students a little bit of Chuck Close's paintings. We didn't go too much into his earlier paintings, but you know, um, it's I always love sharing, people who do overcome adversity and are able to then, continue to create art. I mean, can you imagine, just you have this particular photorealist style, and then suddenly you have this tragic event, and you're not sure if you'll ever paint again. I mean, it's just crazy. Um, but you know, kudos to him for just you know continuing on, and I actually like his art better, um, because it gets a little bit more abstract, which is nice. Kind of leaves a little bit of stuff to the imagination, things to suggestion wise. So I'm probably going to go and put a little bit of that nostril here. I don't want to spell it out though. Speaking of nostrils, um, just the other day, because I was trolling on the internet, I guess it was Instagram, and it shows this girl, and she's got like this smiley face painted on her nostril, and then it zooms in, and she's actually able to flare her nostrils to lip sync a song, and you couldn't look away, but you're just like, oh my gosh, what? It just I don't know whether it's wonderful or just horrifying. I wouldn't say horrifying, but it's like bizarre. I don't know, bizarrely wonderful, bizarre. I mean, was this something that she had to really work at, or I don't know? It's just like, what are your talents? Lip syncing with my left nostril. Yeah, I don't know. Lip syncing with my left nostril. So yeah, we're gonna tweak this a little bit there. See, and then we're gonna smudge a little bit there. I'm not happy with the lip cleft here. I think it needs some more work. And since I've been speed painting, I think I've kind of overshot what I was trying to get with this. So, um, this is always tough to get the right feel. And so, let's see what we can do though to get it to feel a little bit more in place. Because sometimes it just feels, it's funny, a little nuance, a little stroke, one stroke can make such an impact for having everything the way it should be. It can mean the difference between a genius painting and a catastrophe. At least from an artist's point of view, I sympathize with that, as far as riding that thin line between triumph and tragedy. Triumph and tragedy, I should say. Yeah, let's see. Needs more pop on that upper lip. Smudge. Okay, and we've got nose issues for me. I don't like this here. There's too much definition on that left nostril. Let's push it up a little bit, and then let's expand it a little bit further in. And same thing here. Let's see if we can go to a lighter red and pull that nostril area out. And it's too bright for sure. Let's knock that down a little bit. It's just too bright. And so, hope everybody's doing well, having fun this evening. I have a 3-day weekend, and I am thrilled to have a 3-day weekend. It is a blast. So, we're gonna go and see here real quick. Stream. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot here and see about this nose. So, hope everybody's doing well. Let's see here. Yada yada yada. So, I was talking to my students, and we talk about different things and technology and media. And one of the things we talked about was Facebook losing nearly $7 billion in market cap. And I was telling him, I said, there is no way that loss is going to go unanswered. And sure enough, Thursday, massive layoffs, 11,000 jobs, which is, I mean, if you've ever been laid off, you feel for those people. And then if you've ever worked in a tech company, some of us have instant anger because I think for a lot of people, we could have seen that this whole meta farce was it was coming. It was the iceberg coming for the Titanic. You could see it coming from miles away. Nobody, I mean, not even their own employees wanted to use this software. I mean, if you can't sell it to your employees, then you've got a problem. If your employees don't want to use your own product, you've got a problem. And I don't know. I think maybe it's an echo chamber and he just wasn't listening to, hey, this isn't working. I don't know, but here we are, and unfortunately, there's 11,000 people that I've been in that position more times than I'd like. Not as many as others, but just the same, it never feels good. But I made a bet with my students, a prediction, I should say, not a bet, but a prediction, and the prediction was, at least by June of 2023, we'll say the end of June to give me a little padding, that Mark Zuckerberg won't be CEO of Facebook. I mean, seriously. I mean, almost $7 billion market cap loss. That doesn't go unanswered. You just can't make that catastrophic mistake. And I do call it a mistake because I feel like, you haven't really done anything that's been groundbreaking. You've got a bunch of people, and my guess is they were all, driven by a bunch of yes men, and nobody wanted to tell the truth. The product isn't appealing. It's kind of like many other failures. Let's see how this nose is looking. Okay, I do not like under here. This part I don't. It's. I think it's too dark, heavy-handed. So I'm gonna try and lighten it up a little bit. We're gonna try and go with a little bit of red. Sometimes the softness, soften it out a little bit. Let's see how that goes. I mean, yeah, I can't believe that he's going to stay in power. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to own the company, but I mean, I feel like, somebody's going to say, hey, why don't you let somebody else take the helm on this? So we'll see. It may not happen. He may have just too many controlling shares. Um, but hey, stranger things have happened. And at the same time, you just never know what will happen in the tech world. I think that sometimes it's exciting just to follow because, all this technology and it holds a lot of promise for everyone. A lot of, how would you say, dreams put out. And, wow, it's the dawn of a new age and everybody's going to ride along. And that doesn't turn out to be the case. People get left behind. Technology doesn't live up to its expectations. Um, and to be fair, I mean, I do believe that we're spoiled with technology. And so when something doesn't work, we're quick to pounce on it. When I, think about it, in my lifetime, the greatest technology when I was a little kid was getting off the couch, walking over to your record player, taking the needle off, flipping the record over, and then playing side two. And if you really had a lot of money, you had a record player that would actually flip it for you. That that was cutting edge, home entertainment technology. And here we are. I'm streaming to you from my room, my desk here in my office. It's just, and yeah, it blows me away with the technology and what we have available, and yet this didn't work. I mean, I myself was guilty of that. I was, fussy with Streamlabs software because it said you can stream to multiple social networks all at once. And I have not gotten it to work successfully, not once. Not to all three, that it crashes. And you might be saying, well, maybe you're just, too much of a stream. And it's like, I've got good internet. I've got good internet. I got a fast computer. No, it's not me. I just feel like the software, YouTube and Facebook, I don't know what it is. They're not wanting to play nice. They want everybody to use their software. So at least that's my thought there. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Maybe somebody on YouTube will hop on and tell me so. But speaking of which, let's just see here. Anybody? Just checking to see if anybody's going to complain about my feed here. No. And I definitely feel like, when I go post these YouTube things that it gets throttled. I definitely feel like this stuff gets throttled because they want you to use their software as well. But, hey, Facebook ain't paying me for my content. I'm not getting paid by YouTube, but at least I have, if I were to, you know, really want to push it, all I do want to do is share my art and, maybe sell some paintings. But, at least for those content creators, they have the opportunity to get compensated. So I have problems with Facebook on that. I mean, no social media is perfect. So, all right, let's go ahead and see if I can knock this down. Whoop. Nope, nope, nope. Let's go back here. Let's try it a little bit darker. And let's see if I can get a little bit underneath the, oh, let's check back. I don't know, I feel like that was a heavy-handed issue. Let's see if we can fade it out a little bit. There. Maybe not. Maybe I need a little bit more contrast here. I think that's what it is I'm not really defining my shadows. So that could be it. That might be a little bit better. So today I was really proud with one of my students. She worked really hard on this illustration, and it wasn't working together. She had two illustrations she was trying to combine together, and really, really great, very impressive. I think it's going to be a great portfolio piece for her. But she sacrificed and destroyed part of it to make it fit, and that's such a hard thing to do. Is not being precious with everything. I mean, sometimes like, oh, I've got this, I don't want to destroy it, and fearless just said, you know what, this ain't working. I've got to destroy it to make it better. So that's always great when you see those jumps. All right. I think I'm gonna try and get a little bit fuller with the eyes here. This is too white. Let's knock it down a little bit. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of pink in here. And there seems to be a little bit more intense pink here. Nope, let's go a little bit lighter, not much. Yeah, and this has to come down. Little, yeah. Interesting. I'm not getting the nose the way I want it to, unfortunately, but that's a process. Is constantly working, trying to problem solve on this. So see how it goes. I think this needs to go up. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Let me step back. Let's take a look. Yeah. So I've been playing around with the scenes a little bit, and so this is scene 2. So yeah, this is kind of cool. And then scene 1. So there we go. Let's go ahead. I think we need, pardon me, need to get a little bit fuller in the cheeks here. So we're going to go back and push that out a little bit. Okay. Too much here. Let's destroy just a little bit. Yeah. It's a little bit better, I think. Not happy with that nose though. I'm still not happy with it. It's gotta be reworked. Let's see what we can do here and make this happen. There, that's better. I hate going black in the nose or just, these obnoxiously dark values that really kind of work against it. So, there we've been painting for the better part of 30 minutes. I believe my wife is heading home here, so I'm not going to be able to paint too much more. But I want to get at least a little bit done so that, and then I might do some painting, live painting tomorrow. I'll probably do some live painting tomorrow, and I think I'll do some oils, but I don't necessarily want to get this like photo perfect. I didn't want to do that, but I just want to kind of get something that's a little bit more expressive, but a little bit more accurate, so to speak. Not by much, but just something. Let's see if I can get this. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Work it, work it, work it. Yeah. It's getting there. There. I'm going to destroy a little bit here. Yeah. That nose, though. Nose bugs me. And it just needs, it's too flat. So let's try to put a little bit of intensity near the middle of the bridge. A little bit more intense, but not too much. Got to be careful not to overdo it. I think I just overdid it. Hate that. Yeah, man. Not happy. Not happy. Let's jag it up a little bit. All right. I see where I probably could go a little bit there. Maybe here. Destroy. Let's destroy a little bit. There we go. Gotta work those eyebrows to be more even. And I think they need to come further out. Gotta soften the edge a little bit. So it was funny yesterday. My daughter wanted to come to the class for my digital painting class in the evening. She goes, "Yeah, I want to help them out and, take a look at their work. And if it's terrible, tell them it sucks." No, she didn't say it would suck. Um, it was a disaster. No, she goes, "Yeah, if it was bad, that was disgusting." And I said, "You dear child, it's not how you teach class. Just tell everybody that it's disgusting." Oh my goodness! Yeah, unless you're Gordon Ramsay of the art world, and you want to then chew everybody out, we won't have any students. That's disgusting. Yeah, everybody will. You won't have any students that way, and nobody was going to want to listen to you. Okay, I like the nose a little bit better, but I've got to. I want to destroy. I don't know. Let's. No, 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 no. That didn't work. Sometimes people get lazy and they just want to go blip, blip, blip. Let's just do some action and some just destruction. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it works horribly, and it just looks forced. So hard. That's what I love about There are so many painters that just make it look so easy when they do that. And they have this ability to destroy and make it look amazing. So I would say that one of my top favorite artists that can destroy and build and really work on stuff is and um I think he's based out of Texas now, but I think he's a Ukrainian or Hungarian artist. I have to look him up. I don't know about Facebook and its how do you say it's copyrights because the copyrights, are, how would you say, I'd love it if I could sit there and post up work of people that I really love and enjoy their work, but at the same time, you know, YouTube's a little weird about that, and I'm not trying to get any more violations. So yeah, not trying to do that. Um, but yeah, there's some amazing artists out there, and I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look into that. Maybe if they've got a YouTube video, make and do a shout out to that. But let's get a little bit more lip detail now. Just not too much though. Wanna, let's go and push this down now. I've got a little bit of things here. Okay, and let's see if I can. There. I'm more happier with that. Sometimes if you have, those little lips where there's just a little bit of a hole, so to speak, it almost makes it look like, I know they're resting, but, or if it's a shadow, but it just looks like there's a little bit of hole between the lips. It makes it almost look like they're getting ready to whistle. So I tried to avoid that. Sometimes just to kind of insinuate that it's there, um, that, if you do it just right, it works, but I'm not getting it there. So we're going to go switch over to the shell brush here. I'll put a little bit of and I'm going to cover it up. Yeah, I could sit there and do details on this all day long, but it's going to not look fresh. So let's see here. Let's go switch over to my brushes. And if you'd like to get try my brushes out, you can go to my website, liquidmethod.com. It's on there, or PM me and private message me, and I'll give you the link to that as well. So let's put this in here. Okay. Smooth this out a little bit. And soften there. It was just a little too hard. Okay. How are we at? We are at 39 minutes, so. All right. So let's do I'm going to pause here because there's more that I want to do, but I think I stayed up late trying to problem solve this whole streaming thing and why there was an issue with it and why it was hanging up. It was a real pain in the booty and whatnot. So I'm going to leave this as here and whatnot. But thanks for tuning in. If you catch this later, hit me up in the comments. I reply to everything as long as it's not some obnoxious bot. Thanks for painting with me. I'm going to go ahead and do a little time-lapse replay here just so you guys can see the process of what's going on. I'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit here so you can kind of see where we are at this point. We're slowly on this journey to a portrait and kind of wanting to keep it fresh. I don't think I have too much more on this that I want to devote. I really kind of want to get onto some new stuff. Just have some fun with this and give it a little bit more depth. I'd say maybe another 30 minutes and we'll call it quits on this. But yeah, it's fun. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time. You can see my work at liquidmethod.com. Catch me on the socials under Liquid Method. And I will see you in the next session. Thanks for tuning in and happy painting.